Welcome to medieval times, or Cosmos the Cosmos. Wait, Brandon, why are you muted? Why are you muted?
Because I had the mute on my button.
Oh God. Okay, I was like, oh no, what?
You can't freak her out like that right now.
No, that was actually not purposeful. Some might call it an accident.
We're prone to accidents here, and if my mom is watching, she'll tell you just that. Prone to accidents.
Yeah. Rough few days for her.
Oh no.
Yeah, she hurt her knee. So hopefully, Mom, if you're on, I didn't send her the link to the podcast, so I'm hoping that she can find it on her own.
Apparently, you got to give her a leg up now and then.
So.
Oh.
Just lounging with her leg brace on, watching.
You should send it to her
show.
because
She should be able to find it. It was on. I posted it on like social and stuff, which means now I gotta go into like the social and see. Federico says he probably won't join streaming today since it's too close to our midnight. So have a great New Year and your family. Okay, so
Aww.
Federico, Happy New Year.
But happy Italian New Year, whatever.
Happy Italian New Year. Okay.
I made some good gnocchi last night.
Ooh.
It wasn't the pumpkin one because I had my food processor, so I actually put in like coconut milk and roasted tomatoes and bell peppers in there. Made a nice little sauce.
Oh, that sounds good though.
Yeah.
We went out to the three-legged crane.
Oh, nice.
And they had like a band that started playing. Called the Stoners.
My only for the next few hours, then they're going to Alien Echo.
Oh yeah, they're changed their name to Alien Echo for 2024. It's like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, my only friend in Oak Ridge plays in the band. I don't know his name.
It's Dave. I think his name is Dave.
Is it the flag guy?
No. No. Oh, and look, Federico. Hey Federico, welcome.
Hey.
I just saw your Facebook message, and I was just said Happy New Year to you on Facebook. So enjoy your New Year's.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, we're going to bed early tonight because Mike's going to Disney with his youngest daughter this week, so that's fun.
Yeah.
You excited? It's gonna be
I
a
think you're more
magical time
excited than I am.
for you to go to Disney. I'm just gonna live vicariously through you. Like when you're on Space Mountain, let me know when you're on Space Mountain.
Ooh, Space Mountain though.
Well, I think I have Susanna convinced that that's the first ride that we'll do. So around
MLS.
8 a.m.
Okay.
for 2 of the days. We have to go to Winnie the Pooh.
You should try and like video chat me and just hold on tight to your phone and I'll
No,
write it
don't
with
do
you.
it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Your phone's gonna go blown out.
It'll be fine. You can hold on to it. It's not that. Anyway, all right. I'll start the podcast now. I'll start the show. Pre-show banter. Pre-show chit-chat.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'm running this thing. Anyway. All right. I'm going to give myself a little edit audio cue.
Let me do one of these really quick.
Jesus. Just.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Give me your countdown.
And in 4, 3.
Hey everyone, welcome to Cosmos with Cosmos. We're back for the new year. I'm Liz.
I'm Mike.
I'm Brandon.
I had the shenanigans with these two. We got a high in the sky for January 2024.
The future.
Well, when this actually goes on like the podcast platforms, it will be January 2024. So,
Oh my God. So
You
we
know,
actually need to
we're
change the
recording
title in the
it
notes.
on
Boop.
Christmas Eve,
There
or Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. I don't even know. Time and space just all blend together. But our sun has completed a full orbit. Our Earth has completed a full orbit around the sun. I haven't had any alcohol yet either.
Well, that's why you're not functioning.
Ready. All right, let me get my head in the game here.
Maybe that'll.
That'll help. Which Mike and I were discussing last night. Was it as we were going to bed? I thought about it when I was going to the bathroom or something, that, there is no starting position.
Oh, no, we had a whole conversation on the couch.
Oh, it was on the couch? Okay, yeah, I came back from the bathroom, and that's when I thought about it. But that, the New Year's arbitrary, because there's no starting position for the Earth. we don't know its starting orbital position. So
Well, isn't there like, okay, so it's the point where Earth is exactly where it was from the sun, but isn't that technically not 365.25 days? Isn't it like a little difference as well?
Yeah, because we always have to add in. Well, we have to add in a leap year, and then we have to add in all this
Yeah.
stuff to make our
So
calendars work.
it's not quite the same point, but it's close.
Well, look, I mean, if you want to be completely
Pedantic?
honest and really get into the weeds,
Ooh.
Yeah, let's do it.
universe has been expanding for,
Oh, see, you go beyond our solar system. You take it into
I take
the whole our
universe
position in the
into
universe.
account here. At no point is the Earth in the same spot. At
No,
no
but
point.
it's going around the sun, so that's what
Boo.
counts as the year.
Boo! Mike's not being romantic about New Year's.
Well, but the question became, so what, I mean, what's special about January 1st as opposed to, May 13th? You know what I
Well,
mean?
May 13th is special because that's Katie's birthday.
Well, I know. I picked that one. That people in the room would know. But so, I mean, it's so arbitrary.
Yeah.
It's an arbitrary thing.
But we need a starting point so we can start counting.
It's not
things.
even like when the sun is in like the first point of Aries or whatever those things are. So it's not even like when we start a season.
No.
It's just so arbitrary.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
let's go.
Anyway, speaking of needing some drinks to get through this, Brandon, what are you drinking?
I am drinking the X37B, which we'll talk about later in the episode, and it is Moon Mist Oolong with bourbon.
Ooh,
nice.
Mist Oolong.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Sure. Although there's caffeine in it, so we're gonna see how I do tonight.
You have it all night.
So I don't like staying up to midnight. That's late, but I guess I will now.
So, so old. We're so old. Anyway, what you got?
I got what I'm calling the resonance, because all the flavors are in perfect resonance with each other, and it has Bailey's Irish Cream, chocolate vodka, caramel vodka. Cheers.
Ooh, wow. That sounds great on an empty stomach.
One could say
I'm gonna be fucked before this is all over with.
One could say the resonance is futile.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
Now-
I'm drinking a cold, dark winter's night, and which is
Oh.
just my favorite beer ever from the Monkless Brewery here in Bend, Oregon, and it's called Poor Bitter Me. Poor Bitter Me. I don't know. It's really good.
So the last few episodes, Liz has kept her name a secret for the drink. I guess that's just her thing now. She doesn't put the name in the notes.
Oh, I just forgot. I came up with it and then forgot to put it in the notes. I was like, I'll just say
It's a thing now.
It's a thing
Yeah.
now. It's a thing. All right. Anyway.
It's like the shot where we don't know anybody's topics.
Oh, those
We
are
don't know.
fun.
That's fun though. If you want more shots episodes or little shot size bits of astronomy, then you can check those out on YouTube, and you can follow
Damn.
us on all the things at Drinking
the
Cosmos on Twitter and Cosmos with Cosmos everywhere else, and where you get your podcast if you like our shenanigans and dad jokes.
That was a professional segue. Well done.
Thank you. And if you want more cool shit to check out, then find Wildixia, Wildixia on Etsy, and her phenomenal artwork. And then the MrProctorShow.com, Ron Proctor, our good buddy, makes cigar box guitars, which we actually went to a store and we saw a bunch of cigar boxes, and we thought of him. And then, of course, our buddy Jack in the Rolling Bluffs area of Iowa. Check out rollingbluffsplanetarium.com if you're in
Council Bluffs area.
Council Bluffs or whatever. Council Bluffs area of Iowa. If you're in that area of Iowa.
If you're in Iowa,
The
if you're just in
southwest
Iowa.
corner
If you're
of
just in
Iowa.
Iowa, just go to Jack's Planetarium. I don't know how big is Iowa as a state.
Well, I mean, the population
Probably.
has swollen
What?
to
Is it like
25 trillion people
90%
because
corn
of
and
they're going to do that
2%?
voting thing in a couple weeks. The Iowa, it's not a primary. What's the other
Caucus.
one? Caucuses.
I got you.
Yes.
Oh, it also means tomorrow is when I can officially start watching The West Wing again. Every 4 years, it's West Wing.
Oh, that would be a good rewatch, if only. If only. Anyway, we have some rules or a little drinking game as you watch. If you hear any dogs barking, take a drink. One of our dogs, Jack, is currently whining right now. He's blocked behind a gate and can't get in here. And if we make any Star Wars or Lord of the Ring references, also take a drink.
He's behind the gate, but he can see the doors open.
Yeah, so he wants to get in here. So
pain.
He's like, no.
Yeah, we put in a gate because Poe came and visited.
We had a little cat visitor. My sister's cat, Potato, came and stayed with us. Anyway, let's get high in the sky. And now what we've been doing for High in the Sky, instead of just like being like, here's every constellation that's up, because all the constellations are up a long time throughout the year, we're highlighting a constellation, and I thought that January was the perfect time to highlight one of the most famous constellations, one of the brightest constellations, easy to distinguish and find in the night sky, and that is the one, the only Orion the Hunter. Yeah. Orion, noticeable by and famous for his belt of stars, the 3 stars that are in a line, and you can make him out. It's a very large constellation that'll be rising in the east and getting higher in the sky. The deeper into winter we get, earlier and earlier it'll be higher in the sky. Whatever. And it's marked by kind of 2 bright stars as its shoulders, 3 stars as its belt below those, and another 2 fairly bright stars as it's his legs, his knees, the bottom of his skirt, however you want to envision him, I suppose. And there are some other less bright stars that apparently make out like a shield or a bow, depending on your interpretation of what you're envisioning up there. And the best visibility for Orion is January through April. That's when he's up high enough in the sky above the horizon early in the evening. You don't necessarily have to stay up until 3 in the morning to see him, that sort of thing. And that belt of stars, those 3 stars, are named Mintaka, Alnilam, and Alnitak. And you'll notice a thing with star names, when we're talking about star names, that a lot of them are actually Arabic. And it was basically people in the Middle East that were mapping out all the stars and giving them these names, and we've kept those to this day. So a lot of them have an Arabic sound because they're Arabic. Which is pretty cool. And Orion can actually help you find another bright star. In fact, the brightest star in the nighttime sky, Sirius, which is the nose of the big dog Canis Major. So when you find the 3 stars in Orion's belt, they will point west to Sirius. East?
Yeah, if you're facing south, Orion.
Yeah, okay, they point east. They point east. I envisioned it wrong in my head. But okay,
so
if you go east, then the belt actually points to the bright star of Aldebaran.
Go west, Aldebaran. You go east to Sirius.
Oh, God damn it, I can't. All right.
You had it, though.
I had it. Okay. Points west to Aldebaran, the orange bright star, the eye of the bull, Taurus the bull, and then east to Sirius, the nose of Canis Major, the big dog.
Exactly.
Jeez, we got
It's a lot of jumping around.
We got there. All right, one of the brightest stars in Orion is the famous star Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse. How different pronunciations. It's the armpit of Orion, or his right shoulder.
How do you say it, Mike?
I say Beetlejuice.
Oh, you say Beetlejuice? Okay.
I do like the movie. So,
Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
I was go Betelgeuse.
But I think either way is actually correct now. Because
if they've accepted our pronunciation of Beetlejuice, basically. This star is 548 light years away. And it's a red supergiant, which means it's gonna go big booms one
Big
day.
bada boom.
Big bada booms. In fact, it could have already big bada boomed, and we just haven't seen it yet.
I hope
Most
so.
likely not, but and we could see it supernova in our lifetime. Maybe. It's possible.
I hope
It's
so.
it's
I
highly
wanna see
unlikely, but there is a sliver of a chance that we could.
Every
you're saying
day
there's a chance?
There's a chance.
The chance increases every day.
That's true.
A fun fact about Betelgeuse is that it formed 50 million years after the dinosaurs went extinct.
So 15 million years ago?
10.
15 million years ago. 10 to
mil.
15 million years ago. Which I
just-
didn't know. I never thought about that.
No, I just like how that's phrased. Not, it's just 10 million years old. No, it was formed after the dinosaurs went extinct.
After the dinosaurs. And yeah. And these big stars, it's a massive star. So these big massive stars, they burn through their fuel a lot faster than our sun, where our sun can live for, its lifespan's going to be about, halfway through its lifespan.
Yeah,
it's about
9-10 billion years.
9-10 billion years old, whereas these larger stars, they last much shorter periods of time because they're burning like an SUV goes through gas much faster
I was thinking like
than a
T-Swift.
Honda.
Superstars.
It's a superstar. Hopefully she doesn't explode though. Although I'd make for some headlines.
That'd be wild.
What's going to
Just Taylor Swift just explodes.
Spontaneously explodes.
Spontaneous combustion. All right, so another bright star in Orion is Rigel.
There would be like a national day of mourning if that happened.
Taylor
Oh my
Swift.
goodness. It'd be like Kennedy.
It could be a global day of mourning. I don't know her reach, her influence. How's T Swift doing in Italy there, Federico? Answer us that.
Oh, she's huge everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, anyway, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, Rigel, the lower right of Orion, is lower left. It's a blue supergiant, so it's also a boomer. It's gonna go a big boom. It's 863 light years away.
I really want to call these stars that go supernova boomers now.
Boomers now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we could do what we want.
They're all boomers.
These are now boomers. And fun fact about Rigel, it's 2 million years younger than Betelgeuse.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice. In fact, Betelgeuse being a red supergiant, that means it's already gone through enough fuel that it's starting to expand out, and outer layers have cooled, turning red. But it's kind of it's entering its death throe phase that we see, whereas Rigel hasn't hit that yet. But Rigel will turn into a red
It's gonna
supergiant.
be close.
Another one of my favorite astronomy phrases that everyone will say when talking about stars, for example, is going to be the death throes. It's always going to be in there.
Always death throes. I know, it's so fun. And another star in Orion that I thought was fun to highlight is Bellatrix.
Oh.
And if you may notice that Sirius and Bellatrix, if they
so
sound
strange.
familiar for if they sound
That's a good reference.
familiar, yeah, there's a Harry Potter connection because a lot of the characters in Harry Potter were named after stars or constellations in the sky, like Draco the dragon constellation, which is in the north. And Bellatrix is a B-type blue giant, but it's thought to be too small to go big boom. So it's not
so it's
a
like a
boom.
millennial.
It's like maybe it's Gen X. Maybe it could be Gen X. And it's in Orion's left shoulder, and it's only 40 million years younger than the dinosaur extinction.
All right, so it 20 million years ago?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
I don't know.
All of my times now will be decided by how long they
Dinosaurs?
were after the dinosaurs.
Dinosaur extinction.
That's how we should do it.
That's
how we should do it.
63.1618 million years after the dinosaurs went extinct.
Like, okay.
We can do all times in dinosaur units.
Dinosaur units. I like that, dinosaur units. Now, there is some deep space stuff located in Orion, of course, that you need a telescope or binoculars to check out. In fact, one of those which you can use binoculars to see is right behind us, right here, if you're watching us on YouTube. But behind us, we do have a triptych of the Orion Nebula. This is a very famous nebula. It's located within the Sword of Orion, which are these three stars that are line up underneath the belt of Orion.
It's definitely a sword.
It's a sword. You can also call it Orion's baby maker because it's a stellar nursery. It's where stars are being born. It's the seeds of stars swimming around there in space.
Orion sperm.
Orion
Yep,
sperm.
that's exactly what it is.
just,
Little propolis that look like sperm,
It's 412 parsecs away from us, and a parsec is
3.26 light years.
Oh, I was gonna.
Laid end to end, how many Skittles is that?
It's a lot.
42
of Skittles.
parsec units.
The trapezium, which is located, it looks like a trapezoid of stars, basically. The trapezium, it's in the center of this nebula with many newborn stars there, and you can actually see it with your naked eye, and it looks like a star. Of course, you need dark skies to see it, but it will just look like a stars, but it's bright enough to apparently see with your naked eye.
How did we come up with the term naked eye?
Huh.
Without aid?
Well, wouldn't it be unaided eye?
Unaided eye.
That doesn't sound as fun, though.
Naked eye. Just
Put some clothes on
naked
your eye.
So what did they say before glasses were invented?
Everything looks blurry.
Why is it all
see.
blurry? Anyway, I'm sorry. That just popped into my head. All right, Evelyn.
Hi, Jack.
Oh, hey, Jack. You're working this New Year's Eve? Ooh, in charge of balloon dropping confetti cannons. All right, pre-shift nap. Enjoy your nap, Jack. And Happy New Year.
Get a nap, Jack, and don't you
He's
come
in
back.
New York?
That's fun. You know, one day we'll get involved with our small town and participate in it.
We did yesterday. We saw the local band play.
We did, but that's not like a participating.
And I even talked to the bassist.
You did, because he
Because
came over
he's
and he was
my
like,
only
"Hey, buddy." He was like, "Oh, hey."
He's my only friend in Oak Ridge.
And you can't remember his name.
And I don't. No,
It's
and we're
Dave.
going to keep it
It's
that
Dave.
way.
It's Dave. His contact is on our fridge. Anyway, like all these constellations. They're constellations.
Ooh, constellicious. And nutritious.
Constellations.
Yeah.
Like all these constellations, there are stories behind them for the most part, at least in the northern hemisphere. I don't know if in the southern hemisphere there's a story about telescopium, but probably not. And with all of them, there are many different stories because many different cultures throughout the world have pictured these stars as, you know, what applies to their lives and their what is relevant to them. So going to the ancient Near East first with Orion. And it is referenced in Babylonian star catalogs as Sipa Zi An Na, the heavenly shepherd.
Cool.
Which is fun. In Egypt, it's seen as the god Sa. It rose before Sirius, and Sirius rising is the basis for the Egyptian calendar.
Flooding of the Nile.
And so it's closely linked with the goddess that symbolizes or personifies Sirius, which is the goddess Sopdet.
Wait, who?
Sopdet.
Okay.
Sopdet.
There we go.
And it's one of the gods form that the dead pharaoh will take in the afterlife, apparently. The Bible talks about it, the good old Bible, and in the Bible, Kesli, foot, or etymologically Kislev, which equals the 9th month of the Hebrew calendar.
Now, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Kesley mean foot or fool?
Oh, fool. I read that wrong. It's too far away. Fool. It means fool. Okay, so fool.
You had your naked eyes. So
Yes, I have my naked eyes. So, fool.
Why is it all blurry?
I could zoom in here, I guess, on my my thing. I mean, eventually I will need glasses because my dad had to get reading glasses, like, I think in his 50s. So eventually reading glasses are in my future because I take after my dad physically.
I love that little tangent.
In the Middle East, it's called Al-Jabbar, meaning the giant. In China, it's one of...
The entire Middle East. Not
All
just
of the Middle
one
East.
place.
All of it.
Meanwhile, you got the Bible saying, hey, it's the fool. But the entire Middle East, which the Bible in the Middle East is the giant.
Maybe it's the fool giant.
From non-Christians, then.
Or the giant fool.
What would it be in Harry Potter, since you brought up Harry Potter? It'd be a troll. Maybe a troll. Wouldn't it be a troll?
Well, I don't know. It's
We'll have
fighting
to ask-
it's fighting the
'Cause there would be
bull.
like the
We'll
giant
have to
So
ask
it
troll.
could
Bonnie.
be Harry Potter himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a Gryffindor at the very least.
Where's Katie when you need her?
I know. She's driving home because she picked up Poe from us. In China, it's one of 28 lunar mansions, which is called Shen for the 3 stars in the belt.
I think it's great how, like, in all of these, there are basically, there's some sort of human, you know, or...
Except for in China.
Except for
it's
China,
like,
it's no,
it's a mansion.
no.
It's one of the mansions.
We're going to put the moon in it. And the moon doesn't go in it, but we're going to put the moon in it. This is where the moon lives. It's one of its mansions. It's got 28 of them.
China has a wild
Yeah, they do.
interpretation
They
of
got
the
kingdoms,
sky.
the mansions, there are prisons up there.
I mean, it's really it's pretty creative. Going out to down south, but
Yes.
to New Zealand, we're just gonna weege in a little New Zealand here.
Nice.
In Maori tradition, the star Rigel, which is known as Puanga or Puaka, is closely connected with the celebration of Matariki.
Oh.
And the rising of Matariki, which is the Pleiades, which is the little cluster of stars in Taurus, the bull that looks like a mini dipper. The rising of Matariki and Rigel before sunrise in midwinter marks the start of the Maori year.
Hey. All right.
So it symbolizes the new year for the Maori.
All right, so midwinter for us. It'd be midsummer for... Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, it'd be
Rising?
midsummer. It'd be
Anyway, it's the start of the new year for them.
yeah, start of the new year for them. Well, start of the new year for everyone, but it's summertime for them right now. And then, of course, classically, Greek mythology, Orion is known as the hunter, and he fought. There's a lot of different Greek stories actually for Orion. One of them is that Hera sent Scorpius to the Scorpion to fight him, and he was fought Scorpius, and he was stung by Scorpius. And he was fought because Orion got all braggy and was like, I can kill any animal. I'm the best hunter there is. I don't know why he's Southern.
He's a hunter. Makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a
lot
of hunters.
And so Hera was like, all right, let's see how you do with this fucking scorpion. And then he beat the scorpion, but he was stung.
Oh, yeah.
And so then Ophiuchus, who's known as the serpent bearer, revived him and actually stands between Scorpius and Orion in the night sky. And Ophiuchus is the unofficial 13th zodiac constellation because his foot is actually on the ecliptic and the sun passes through Ophiuchus technically. So
Another reason why astrology is bunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
they can't even get the constellations.
by the way, the medical symbol with the snake around the whatever
yeah,
it's
yeah.
around, that is for Ophiuchus. He was the healer. He was a healer. I forget his name. His original name. It was like it started with an
Benjamin.
A. Buttons. It started with an A,
Steve.
but anyway, so that is actually a
Alan.
symbol from
Adam.
Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. All right, moving on. So we got Orion hanging out there. And of course, Orion's going to be very bright. There's other bright constellations and stars around Orion. The winter night sky for us here in the northern hemisphere is probably the best night sky, the brightest night sky especially from a city location. You can see more things with light pollution than I would say at other times in the year. So check it out. Use a star map on your phone to see what's up there, to see what you're looking at.
And visit your local planetarium.
Exactly. Always visit your local planetarium.
Yeah, here in the winter months, we're looking out of the galaxy.
So it's darker. You don't have. So that means it's the worst time to actually do Milky Way observation if you're in a dark area, but the best time to see these bright constellations.
But if you want to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, then you can see the Milky Way.
If
The
you're in a dark
center.
area.
Towards the center of the Milky Way.
But there's more things than just constellations out there.
More
And stars.
things than just Orion.
There's something a little closer to home, and that's some planets.
Planetes.
Merc, good old Mercs, and Venus, Mercury, and Venus.
No, I think we
Mercs.
just Joopy Joops.
I will do what I want.
I
with
don't.
the
I
planet
don't. I don't
names.
think Merckx lands.
Mercs.
No, Merc doesn't
I
land.
don't think it
Why
lands.
not? He's Hermes. In Greeks, he's Hermes. Hermes, Mercury. So Mercury and Venus, they are going to be in the early morning in the east, low on the horizon. Mars is gone. It's
Yes.
lost in the glare of the
Oh my
sun
God.
now.
It blow
We need
up.
to send people to find it.
No, it's still there. It's fine. It's
Oh,
just we
okay.
can't see it. The sun's blocking its view. I don't know why I wrote this question in the notes. What would an Earth transit from Mars look like? I don't know why I put that there. I don't know
Oh,
what
you
I
mean
was.
a transit of the sun? Well, it would look the same as, say, like Venus transiting the sun for us. A little black dot going across the sun.
That's nice.
Okay.
And now I have the police in my head. There's a little black dot on the sun today.
But who is still reigning supreme and taking center stage in the January night sky? Jupiter Jupes.
Jupiter
Good old Jupes. Bright all night long. You can see it. Saturn's also going to be up. It sets a little bit earlier than Jupiter, so you got 3 to 4 hours of observing time for Saturn. But Jupes will reign supreme.
Nice.
Some events that will be happening in January in the sky. We have the Quadrantids meteor shower. That's a hard one to say. Quadrantids. There's up to 40 per hour between January 4th. I don't know why.
No, it's 1/3, 1/4.
Yeah.
It's 1/3 to 1/4.
No, it's supposed to be January
No,
3rd
we're
through 4th
only
is when it
seeing
peaks.
1/3,
I don't know
1/3,
why
1/4
it
of the
did
meteor
that.
shower.
Meteor shower.
I don't know why it did that.
Because with Google Docs, if you do 1/3, it assumes.
I've never seen it do that before.
Yeah, because when I write up my drink recipes for our visits, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, it does that for me automatically, which is great.
I don't think it did that initially for me. But anyway, January 3rd.
It did. You just didn't pay attention to it.
I guess not. I did start these like 3 weeks ago. So January 3rd and 4th are when it peaks, and it's dust from an extinct comet. I don't know what comet, but from an extinct comet. So the comet,
Extinct
I'm
comet.
assuming it fell into the sun.
Well,
it just used up all its kind of debris, and now it's
Oh,
like
it
an
just
asteroid.
it just evaporated out.
Yeah.
So that's cool. On the 11th,
which is actually kind of, crazy to think about. Where
we're seeing dust from a comet that no
where
longer
you do
exists.
have this thing that's going around. All right, let's assume all the volatiles have been evaporated off, and it's now an extinct comet. So it's now just a piece of rock going around. We know that it creates this meteor shower every single year, but we obviously can't find it. You know,
Yeah, we can't.
That's kind of cool.
That's yeah.
Assuming that it did not run into the sun.
Yes.
Which is an entire possibility.
Yeah, I
but,
wasn't finding, or I didn't find any information on the comet itself. So, or I didn't
Well, it's
take
extinct.
the time
Dead.
to.
That's not gonna talk
We
about
have to send people to go find it.
How many dinosaur units did it
I don't know.
go extinct? Like the dinosaurs.
There's probably a way to
Good
figure that
question.
out.
I'm sure there is. But on January 11th, there's a new moon.
New moon.
New moon.
New moon.
So that's your best time for sky observing because you won't have the moon brightening things up.
Goddamn moon.
And then on January 12th, Mercury,
Thank you.
since we can't do Merc anymore, will be at its greatest elongation.
You can do it. It just doesn't land.
Mercs. I like
Well,
Mercs.
yeah.
So that means greatest elongation means it's at its furthest point away from the sun, essentially from our perspective. So it's the
Eastern
best
or
time
Western?
to see it. It'll be in the
After
early
sunset?
morning sky.
Okay,
It'll be in the
so-
early morning eastern sky.
Western.
Sets in the western sky. If you don't have a lot on the horizon, you can probably see it. But this is when it's at its farthest kind of distance from our perspective from the sun. Otherwise, Mercury is really tough to spot. It sticks close to the sun. It sticks
Yeah,
close to
it's-
it. It's not, and it's small as well, so it's less light that it reflects.
Very
and
fleet of foot.
It is. Hence, Mercury.
I'll say it every time. I almost ran a wreck when I saw Mercury for the first time.
Yeah,
That's
because you were
right.
like, ah.
Yeah, I almost ran 2 wrecks. One looking at Mercury and one looking at Milky Way, because that is how dedicated I am.
Gotta
to
stop
the
looking at the sky at
astronomical
night.
arts.
The astronomical arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your degree in AA? I got my AA. Oh, you're no, my astronomical arts. My degree in astronomical arts.
My brain immediately went to associates. Associate. I got my AA. Okay.
Astronomical arts, not. On the 25th of January, there will be a full moon. This is the full wolf moon.
Uh-oh.
Because this is when the wolves are most likely to be heard howling.
You think we'll hear him? Here in the forest?
We might.
Ooh, the deep dark forest.
I don't know if we have wolves. Do we have wolves?
We have to have
Are there
wolves.
just wolves everywhere where there are forests? I
Hey,
don't know.
All right, so there's a lady who actually we really do like, and she walks just constantly in our neighborhood. And the other day she was like, I need to get home because I don't want to be attacked by a mountain lion. She said it in all seriousness, which now freaks me out a little bit on the inside. But if we have mountain lions, we got to have wolves.
Really?
We have
Is
Bigfoot.
that...
We have Bigfoot. We got
It's the food
mountain
chain.
lions.
If there are mountain lions, there are wolves.
There got to be wolves. We have all the monsters. And so if we have wolves, it means we have werewolves.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
Fact. Where there are wolves, there is at least one werewolf.
And, Brandon will correct me on this, but, was it Sauron or Morgoth that made the werewolves?
That's probably going to be a... Oh, actually, that sounds like a Sauron thing. I just don't know the
Yeah, I
answer.
think it's Sauron. I think Sauron
Oh, shit, that's right. You guys are right.
invented the werewolves. Thank you, Cimmerillion.
Speaking of that full wolf
And
moon.
that comes back. So Baron, though, from
No.
The Hobbit,
Also,
he's not
the
quite...
full wolf moon is also known as the center moon by the Assiniboine people. Assiniboine. I'm sorry. I
Say it with
apologize.
confidence.
I apologize to all Native Americans. People of the Great Northern Plains, which means that the moon.
Actually, Jack might know.
Well, Jack's
He's
taking
napping.
his nap. It means that this moon marks the middle of the cold season. So
Oh.
it's the center moon.
That
Other
sounds-
names for this full moon.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
That is a bit true.
Other names for this moon are cold moon / these are fun. Okay. Cold moon /
sounds cool.
frost exploding moon by the
that's
Cree.
that's what my ice source does in Diablo.
I could do that with my sorcerer. The Algonquin call it the freeze up moon. The Dakota call it the severe moon or the hard moon for fallen snow that develops a hard crust on the ground.
I was thinking
Hey,
like
you
the
think Adam
moon's
knows
like
that?
lifting weights and has tattoos.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah,
hard.
it's hard. It's a hard moon. But those are some fun moon names. And then lastly, on January 27th, at the end of the month, Mercury and Mars, M&Ms. We got the M&M pair. They will be 2 degrees apart in the sky. So they have a conjunction between Mercury and
Nice.
Mars. So 2
that-
degrees would be, well, your fist is 5 degrees. So maybe a
so
knuckle.
it's going to be half your fist.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. I can't. Half your fist.
Half a fist bump.
Half a fist. Half a fist in the sky. Just do that, and then,
It's actually not even half fist, but pretty close.
yeah. So that's kind of what's up in the sky for January. Some
Sweet.
things to check out, some fun stuff. Go outside at night and just look up and enjoy and appreciate the world that you live in.
Yeah, this actually really is the best time to... All right, so if you want to see bright stars,
Yeah, this
is the
time.
best
Go
time.
out during the day.
Yes. If you want to
But-
see a bright star, go out during the day and don't look at it
But
directly.
don't trump it and look directly at the sun like he did when the eclipse
during the
happened.
eclipse, yeah.
Oh, God, it was
What a-
beautiful. That was
All
a
right,
beautiful
anyway.
moment. So on brand. Anyway, news, astronomy news. We have been off. We
You
took
should do it 1940s.
Astronomy news, yeah?
Do it 1940s.
I wish I had like a little.
Here's Liz with the news.
Yes, hello. No, that didn't. The astronomy news. I can't do it. I can't. I gotta.
You're
I'm
thinking about
overthinking it. I'm
You're
overthinking
overthinking
my 1940s voice.
It's my natural voice.
Yeah. And sweater and glasses and.
You didn't see this though? It's a nice little Christmas gift. It's
That was
it's
the Lord of the
themes.
Rings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
That's
should
nice.
take a
I like
drink.
that. We can take a drink.
Okay, sure.
Take a drink for the sweater, for the Lord of the Rings sweater. Which we also got him a Lord of the Rings book as well, so he had a Lord of the Rings Christmas.
And I realized I am out of bookshelf space, so I need to be creative in how to store books.
Hey.
We have so many Funkos that are sitting over there on the desk because we don't have.
No, but some of those we can take up and put because we got our Avengers guys over there that need his buddy. They need their buddies,
and we have a couple
and
of Star
Obi-Wan
Wars.
got to fit in with the Star Wars ones because we don't have Obi up there.
Oh, poor Jack.
Aw. Anyway. Brandon has ghosts. If you're watching on YouTube, Brandon looks around all confused. I think he has ghosts.
Someone's sawing. I hear the saw going. It's the strangest thing.
Sawing?
Sawing, yes, in a condo. Who's doing that?
Is it like a...
Clearly.
Okay.
No, it's an electric saw.
Oh, okay. I like
they're
our
cutting our
effects
bodies.
for
Circular saw.
manual versus electric saw. Anyway, astronomy news.
It's cut off rails.
Astronomy news. We took a week off, of course, for the holiday season, so we're coming back here. Some of this was before we went away for a break. So first up, a perfectly synchronized exoplanet system has been found, which you can hear more about this on an episode of The Shot.
Hey! If you I was going to say it.
That will be coming. Yet. I don't know if it's dropped yet or if it's out next Wednesday.
I think it's next Wednesday.
Yeah.
You either can go listen to it or you have something to look forward to.
Or you have something to look forward to it. But NASA's TESS and the European Space Agency's CHEOPS satellites, they found a 6-planet solar system that's in perfect synchrony in our Milky Way galaxy. And I mean, we found systems like this before.
Not many.
But not many. It's a rare occurrence to find them in a perfect synchronous orbit.
And with 6 planets as well. Usually it's a couple, not like 6.
Yeah, so this means it's been like unchanged since the formation of this system.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. And this can help explain how solar systems across the Milky Way came to be. This one is 100 light years away in the constellation of Coma Berenices, the Hare constellation. Hey. Beautiful princess hair constellation. And none of these planets, though, are within the star's so-called habitable zone. The synchronicity is known as...
Is it really a so-called at this point?
Habitable zone.
But every star is going to have a habitable zone.
We don't. And the synchrony, is called synchronicity is called
resonance.
Okay.
I thought you already said it.
I didn't say it.
Oh, okay. I read it in notes.
The innermost planet completes 3 orbits every 2 by its closest neighbor. It's the same for the second and third closest planets and the third and fourth closest planets. And my brain can't understand that.
It looks pretty.
But it's cool.
Oh, cool. It actually does. It really does. So you can graphically show this, and it makes really cool, like spirograph type images. And if you do the first planet and the second planet, it actually makes a heart, which is really cool. I thought. But so what's amazing about this is that it's really hard. So the prevailing thought is that most solar systems actually form in with these resonance type situations going on. Don't think I didn't hear that.
I did it quietly.
No, you didn't. No, it was like this.
I'm with Liz on this
you
one.
You poured from anyway. So the prevailing thought is most solar systems actually will settle into a resonance early on. So the question is...
And then they get fucked up by other shit that comes
so it gets fucked up. So the question is, why does it get fucked up? Well, it's a pretty simple answer is that you have things like
all this
Jupiter.
Debris. Oh, yeah.
Jupiter that are pulling on planets gravitationally, and so it disrupts the resonance. And so that's what we see with our solar system. Having said that, if you look at Neptune and Pluto, they are in resonance. So Neptune will go twice around. Neptune will go 3 times around the sun, and then Pluto will make 2 laps around the sun. And so they're in resonance with each other. But that's because Jupiter is pretty far away. You don't have a lot of gravitational
Okay,
disruption.
it doesn't have the
and
power
so-
over them.
So it's not. So you can see it like in one-offs, but to see an entire
system do
Yeah.
this,
Like
it's
this.
it's one in 100 systems that have
and-
retained this.
Yeah, and like you said, it has remained unchanged for billions of years. For most of it, the life of this solar system,
So many
it
dinosaur
has
units.
remained unchanged.
So many dinosaur units.
So many dinosaur units.
One fun phrase I read today is they were talking. It was as a NASA quote about the gravitational weight basically that the sun has versus the moon with tides, and they called the sun. It's the gorilla of the solar system when it comes to gravity, but it is a distant gorilla.
It's a distant gorilla.
And to be honest, unless they're behind glass, that is how
That's
you
fine.
want gorillas.
Yes,
they can be
distantly.
very aggressive. Aggressive.
Yes.
In other news, and this I thought was fun to include, and I wish I could do the accent in order to
best.
offend all these people. Although I do have. Oh no! Wait,
Well,
is
just
it
do
Scottish?
it.
No, I'm Scottish. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm not Irish. But
Just-
Ireland.
yeah, pretend you're the Lucky Charms guy.
Ireland. Nope. Ireland's first satellite successfully launched. Go
Nice.
Ireland! They had the Lucky Charms behind. I'm sorry, Ireland.
Oh.
The Educational Irish Research Satellite, or EARSat 1. This is from students from the University College Dublin through ESA Academy's Flyer Satellite program.
Wait a minute.
How cool is that?
Wait, this is... Oh, shit. I missed that when I read through the notes earlier. Fly your satellite. Why is NASA not doing that?
Because
Why are
we
we
do.
not making our
We do.
own satellites?
We have stuff like that.
I mean, we get like CubeSats and shit, but I mean, yeah, this is really cool. The ESA has a whole Flyer satellite program, so Ireland college students launched their own satellite, and this satellite is going to study gamma ray bursts. It's going to test a thermal treatment's ability to protect the surface of a satellite when in space, and test a new method of using Earth's magnetic field to change a satellite's orientation in space. So that's cool. So go.
Why wasn't
Ireland.
NASA doing this when I was in college?
Oh, so it looks
Fucking
like your set
NASA.
is a 3 units CubeSat. 3U CubeSat. So
Okay, so it's a CubeSat.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's still cool. It's their first one.
Yeah. So I just went on the website, and the first thing that comes up is a video when it launched, and they have like a jazz band playing. And it's just like a big celebration. It's really cool.
That's cool.
I'm
That's really
surprised
neat.
Ireland didn't get you two to commission some music for it.
So good job, Ireland.
Go Ireland.
Good. Go Fighting Irish. I know that's
that's Notre Dame.
I know. Anyway, this is one I didn't add, so I'm assuming Brandon added it. So
Oh, let him
Brandon,
talk about
go for the next one.
Yeah, so this was on, I think, the 28th of December when the military launched the X-37B space plane. And this is like a tiny space shuttle. It's still really big, though.
Shuttle?
Yeah.
What-
Yeah, so I saw a picture of it on CNN yesterday, today, whatever.
Yeah.
Talking about it. Yeah, so it does look like
It does look like a little tiny,
Tiny little space.
Yeah,
it
I
is
think
uncrewed.
like
the
a
Yeah,
mini-
the wings are up.
angled up.
Like a
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Mini
angled
space
up a little
shuttle?
bit.
Does it look
if
adorable?
you're familiar,
No.
it does.
Oh.
Not as
No,
adorable
no,
as...
because in my head, I'm like, this is military.
Okay, well, if you ignore the military part, is
Oh,
it
it's cute.
adorable? It's cute.
cute.
Okay.
It is pretty cute.
I'd
Yeah.
fly in it.
And so typically it'll stay up there for a year, 2 years, 3 years. It just kind of depends. We don't know when it's coming down, and we don't really know what it's doing. It's doing testing things, but this time it's in polar orbit. So it is going over the poles in its orbit around the Earth.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
Interesting.
we might be able to see it.
No, it's very tiny, so it doesn't cast.
It's not like ISS.
Yeah,
with
so
big-
no, astronomers will track it as long as they can, but it tends to disappear. We just don't see it.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah. How do you feel about SpaceX launching a military thing?
So typically it's ULA that launches it, but they needed a heavy rocket this time around, so they use the Falcon Heavy. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just a caveat, we recommend a podcast called The Dollop and their episode on Elon Musk. Check that out.
And the John Oliver episode on Elon Musk.
And the John Oliver episode on Elon Musk as well, yes.
I mean, it's just more money
Oh,
for
God.
Mr. Musk.
Anyway, moving on.
I like SpaceX.
We
for the most
got,
part.
I mean, yeah.
But he's not really running it at
No.
this point. It's, right?
Luckily, he's not like day-to-day hands-on as much anymore, which is good.
Yeah, because he's crazy. A quick bit. We got a quick bit.
Quick bit.
James Webb. And
Hey.
again. And guess what? It spots Uranus.
Okay.
You mean
Took a nice
Uranus?
picture of Uranus. Yes, I mean Uranus. I know, but you know what? It's fun. So James Webb got a pic of Uranus and it's hot.
Yeah.
Well,
get
it's
your Uranus
cold.
pics.
It's cold. It's cold
okay.
gas giant, but it's pretty neat that this is it's a close up. The close up version shows the seasonal north polar cloud caps, the faint inner and outer rings, and it's 27 known moons.
Ooh.
It's got all 27.
It's a really cool image. So Google James Webb Space Telescope Uranus. Don't actually type out your anus because then you're gonna get different search results.
I can't suggest Googling that.
No. But it's of course, it's gotten Saturn. It's taken a picture of Jupiter. It got Neptune, and so now it's has.
Oh, Neptune's in the shot?
No. I'm saying it has taken pictures of.
Oh, yeah. It's got
And so
Neptune.
now we have a picture of Uranus as well from James Webb, and it's gorgeous
Very
as
cool.
all the other fucking pictures are because James Webb is amazing. And then we have an update news bit. We talked about this in our December High in the Sky. I
This
believe
just
it
in.
was. But Japan's SLIM spacecraft,
Ooh.
SLIM, has successfully entered lunar orbit. And JAXA's, which is the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, it's the SLIM, just a reminder, it's a smart lander. It's supposed to be a smart lander that's supposed to be able to land pretty much on target versus
Stay on target.
before. Well, there we go. Let's start with reference. Which before like Apollo landings and stuff, they could be like way off target, but this is supposed to be relatively close to target. It is gearing up to make its precision landing on the moon. It's really a test of this precision landing system. And this will make Japan the 5th country to land on the moon, which is really cool.
That is really cool, yep.
It's funny how like Perseverance can do a pinpoint landing on Mars, but we still have a difficult time doing pinpoints on the moon.
I know, right?
So all right, so it's the U.S., obviously.
India,
Japan, well, would
China.
they do it? China, Soviet Union / Russia?
Soviet Union, yeah.
Well, no, Japan will be the 5th. So has Russia actually landed on the moon?
Yeah, Soviet Union.
So us, China.
They have the I
India.
can't remember. It's Lugdold.
Okay, so
Russia / Soviet Union.
And Japan.
In Japan. All right, cool.
So Banzai! Japan. Banzai!
Hey.
That's what they say in celebration.
No,
like, Banzai!
no, I got you.
Okay.
I'm just be careful with the beer.
Fine. Got it.
You're Davison.
And lastly, for our High in the Sky, before we go over to the Hangover, which we will do a little 2023 year in review, but we have an in memoriam, a little belated in memoriam since we took our break. And this in memoriam is to Mary Cleave. She is a NASA astronaut that flew twice on the space shuttle before becoming the first woman to head NASA's science division. She passed away on November 27th at the age of 76, which is really young. So cheers to Mary Cleave. Live long and prosper. Rest in space. Mary Cleave. So there you have it.
There you have it.
We've got lots of cool things coming up in January, lots of bright stuff to check out, lots of exciting things happening.
I'm going to make an audible. I'm going to make a call right now.
Do
I'll
it.
be
Do
here
it,
for the
do
next
it.
episode. The next episode will be fantastic. It is all about William and Caroline Herschel.
Are we doing
Hey,
it?
we're
doing
doing
it.
it.
We're doing it.
We're
Finally,
join us.
the Herschels. Oh, man.
It's happening.
It's about to happen.
Yeah, all right. So we always will try to plan out what the episodes are, and we there are certain episodes where we have to have
Topics.
Brandon
We gotta
here,
have Brandon for the
and they
topics.
just keep getting pushed. So
and Herschel's is one
Herschel's
of them.
is one of them. There's another one.
This is his
But
jam.
Herschel's is one of them,
So,
and yay, we're finally
Brandon's
doing
leading
it.
It's
that.
happening.
Brandon's leading that
It's
show.
happening.
It's exciting. So join us in 2 weeks.
Where Liz and I just sit back and it's the Brandon show.
Oh, I'm gonna just nerd out hardcore.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. But as far as this episode goes, thanks for joining it, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Oh geez, this beer. Thanks for joining us, everyone. You can follow us on Twitter at Drinking Cosmos. Everywhere else, Cosmos with Cosmos. Find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out on the YouTubes. Check out the Shot if you like some shorter features of fun astronomy stuff.
One day we'll make them into Planetarium shows.
That'd be fun.
It would.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for now, Happy New Year, everyone. We hope everyone has a great beginning to 2024.
We hope everybody has a great entirety of 2024.
Well,
not just
only the
beginning.
Just the beginning.
We hope the rest of your year is shit. No, I'm just kidding. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year's.
Live long and prosper. We'll see ya.
Cheers.
Wait, how do I do live long? This way.
Yeah,
This
no,
way,
you
this
had
way,
it.
This way,
No,
this way.
they put the thumb out.
Okay, there we go. I got it. I'm mixing up like this.
Because
with
this
and
means you're in
this.
duress. This means live long and prosper.
Oh, really? Okay, we've learned
Cheers.
new things. Bye, everyone.
Except for next year. Dear Lord, we need a good 2024 real bad.
Good 2024. Cheers to a good 2024, everybody.
Oh, let's hope it's a
On
good
The
one.
Hangover with Cosmos. Welcome.
This is an election year for the U.S., so it could go shit real
So
quick.
we're fucked.
That's why I'm watching The West Wing.
Oh God, if only we.
Oh,
could
let me
have-
text Chuck about that. We need that.
Oh yeah, get West Wing on Plex. Also,
What's it on? Because we can watch it, yeah?
it was on Netflix, but I think Netflix took it off
Hold it on.
Yeah.
like a while ago.
Oh, have you seen... All right. What's Monarch on?
Apple.
Apple! Have you seen Monarch?
No, I haven't.
Apple.
pretty good.
Monarch's
Pretty
actually pretty. It's a Godzilla series, basically.
Oh, if I watch that, you'll still have to watch For All Mankind.
I know. We still need to watch For All Mankind.
We watched an episode
Yeah, it's a great episode.
or two.
All right,
Anyway,
we will watch it.
Really?
Problem with beers is
Not
burping.
tonight.
Welcome to The Hangover with Cosmos. The main episode was a high in the sky for January of 2024 because Happy New Year, everyone. And so on this hangover, I thought we would begin by just doing a quick, we'll have our normal chit-chat shenanigans, but I thought we'd do a little 2023 in review.
So the
Okay.
question is, how long into this review where we just go off the rails into the chit chat?
Probably like the first
the moment we talk about the trillion electron volts.
Which is a lot.
Okay,
That is a lot
Well,
of energy, by the way.
starting off, then James Webb Space Telescope. Everything it does is awesome. It launched, of course, in Christmas Day of 2022.
Oh my
And
god.
we watched it. We got up early and watched it. Did we go back to bed? Or did we just do Christmas at that point?
I don't remember.
On this Christmas, I remember I'm at my sister's house and my mom was over as well. And my mom goes, "Yeah, the James Webb Space Telescope." And like, what the fuck? She goes, "Has been up for a year now." I go, "Oh, damn it! You can't just say that."
That's like my mom. She's like talking to somebody and she'll make like an exaggerated. She'll be like, "Oh my god," and then it'll be like, "Oh, what happened?" And it was like nothing. It was just like an over. It was just. It was
Yeah,
nothing.
somebody got like an ingrown toenail. Or something.
Yeah, it was like nothing. So, but yeah. So James Webb Space Telescope has been up for a year now, a little over a year now, and it has been phenomenal.
It took a great picture of Uranus.
It did. It was fucking amazing.
Listen to the main show to get that reference.
Yeah, so it's taken pictures of all of the outer gas giants, right?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah. Oh, Neptune's is so beautiful.
Neptune, Jupiter's.
Yeah,
So
Looks
we're just
good.
missing Mars,
The inner planets.
but it's not going to get Mercury. and
No,
Venus.
it's too
Too
close.
close
Too
to
close
the
to
sun.
sun.
Get blown out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want
Damn
that.
you, sun. Damn you, sun.
Fucking hell.
Fucking sun.
Damn star.
Fucking-
Star.
Star.
I haven't eaten. And
Oh,
you guys
boy.
forced me to drink.
So James Webb, I mean, I really should have put a little bit of like a little notes of like what it's done. But it's done a
Oh, that'd
lot
be
of
the whole
things this
hangover.
past year. Yeah, it's done a lot of
Oh,
things this past year. It's taken some phenomenal pictures. There's some phenomenal science that's already come out of it. We've discovered. And in fact, I think I do have stuff in here that is from James Webb. But
All right, here's a question. All right,
Answer.
so Hubble goes into
Queer.
orbit 92, 93,
sure,
something like that.
early 90s.
All right, let's say 93.
Okay.
All right, 98, complete paradigm shift for the evolution of our universe with the discovery of dark energy.
That
with
was in
Hubble.
98?
That was in 98.
That was only in 98?
98.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
Hubble discovered it.
I guess that was a long time
So
ago now.
that is 5 years. 5 years
Mm-hmm.
before Hubble rewrites astronomy, physics books.
Uh-huh.
How long until James Webb does the same thing?
I mean,
Or
it's-
Apparently-
does it
apparently
not do it
4
at
years.
all?
I mean, it's already found like the oldest galaxy, black hole.
Right, but that's not quite rewriting
No, that's
science
true.
as we understand
That's
it.
true.
No,
That's
yeah.
true.
That's
This is
discovering
neat.
things that
That's
we already
true.
know.
That's true.
It's like physics in the late 1800s. Yeah, we're just kind of categorizing everything now.
Right. So there's a big difference between Planck and pre-Planck. So pre-Planck, everything
And now we're
comes
just Max Planck.
Max Planck.
Everyone do a plonk.
Everything is Newtonian. Everything is.
Remember when plonking was big? Everybody was plonking around, just on everything.
Oh God, that's what we ought to call
Just
it.
plonking.
Plonking.
But it's just like Mike writing math on the wall. He's plonking. I swear to God, he's plonking right now. Look at him go.
Plonking.
That magnificent bastard.
This is the equation for plonking. So everything before Planck was Newtonian, or what we call classical physics now.
Okay.
And then Planck rewrites the physics book, literally.
Should it be like like BPE and then PCE?
Oh yeah, okay, got it.
Before Planck era.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But then, so how long until James Webb does the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Where, and what will that discovery be? Because
what could it be?
going from pre-dark energy to now we live in
Post-dark
a universe
energy.
with dark energy.
Although, even though we still don't know what dark energy is, we're just like,
It's something.
something's
Probably.
there.
It's something, I don't think that James Webb is going to provide us with the answer to that, because I think that fundamentally is a physics question. But is it going to be, hey, definitively this is what dark matter is? Which I don't think James Webb's going to give us that either.
I feel like you need colliders for this shit.
Maybe not. I like the idea that it's a combination of machos and wimps. And I think there's a whole other
This is
That's
a whole
high
episode.
school. Just a whole high school of physics happening.
Didn't we? But we've talked about
You got
this
your
in previous
stranges,
episodes.
you got your charms, you got your machos, you got your whims, you got your ups and your downs. You know, which
Tops and bottoms.
well, your tops and bottoms. Which category were you in? Which
Oh my god, it's awesome. Oh, I should have eaten today. I'm not gonna be able to call my daughter later.
Stop drinking now. So James W. Webb, everything it does is awesome. 2023 has been big for that, and we can expect some more, just continued amazing things from James Webb Space Telescope in 2024. But also the highest energy gamma ray ever seen coming from the sun was observed in 2023. This came in at a trillion electron volts, or TeV, and up
Great
to
Scots.
10 TeV. So a trillion to a 10 trillion TeV electron volts is what we saw for a gamma ray coming from the sun.
All you need to know is it's a lot of energy.
That's a lot of energy.
It's a lot of energy.
You don't
It's
want
like-
to be in the anywhere
That's
near it.
that's like 6,000 Richard Simmons.
It's a lot of energy. 6,000.
Only
I would be
6,000?
like, a lot of Richard Simmons.
That's a lot of energy.
And what a reference.
That is a reference. And then piggybacking onto that, the gamma ray energy in the universe was broken. Or observation of gamma ray energy was broken. Photons detected pushing 20.
You thought 10 was a lot? Wait till you see 20.
Coming from a pulsar within the Vela supernova remnant. So we're just finding all, and I believe I that wasn't James Webb. It was a combination of telescopes. I really should have put more details into this, but I was like, it's the Hangover. We'll just shoot the shit.
We'll figure it out.
Whatever. We're just highlighting stuff, but I mean, that's pretty cool. And then.
And there's more.
Gamma ray bursts, the most intense, long-lasting, and powerful explosion ever seen. 10 times brighter than any known supernova.
It's going to be so many TEVs.
The AT 2021 LWX, fancy, sexy name, 2 trillion times brighter than our sun. trillion.
I can't.
I can't even comprehend that brightness. 2 trillion
Just
times
death.
brighter.
Yeah.
Just death.
This was basically a super massive black hole that consumed a large cloud of gas that produced this brightness.
All right, so let's go back to electron volts.
Okay.
1 trillion electron volts is about the kinetic energy of anybody want to take a guess?
10 nuclear bombs.
Something flying.
Okay, one more time.
What?
A trillion electron volts is about the kinetic energy of a flying...
V.
V? Real life thing.
Plane?
Plane, all right.
No, it's not a plane. A flying... What
It's
flies
not a
it?
plane.
A flying fuck.
No one gives a flying
This
fuck.
is going to really take the excitement down of it's a mosquito.
Oh.
But
What?
however, though, all right.
Wait, how many electron volts?
1 trillion electron
So
volts.
that's what? That's the...
Is the kinetic energy of one flying mosquito.
Uh-huh.
However, though,
Okay.
this is what you have to think about
Okay.
is that, like with the light from the sun, it's inversely proportional. So that power, if you're close to whatever is creating that,
You're fucked.
you're fucked. But by time it goes that entire distance to us,
that reaches us. It's like it's settled
yes.
down. It's not as yeah. Okay.
but
a mosquito?
a flying mosquito, kinetic energy of a flying mosquito.
Fucking mosquitoes, man. All right. Well, anyway. Thank you for that.
Well, no, because nobody knows what
No one knows.
a trillion
No one
electron
knows
volts
what
is.
that is. I don't know what that is, and I still don't really know what that is.
I know, but I'm keeping it secret.
Yeah, keep it safe.
It's a measure of energy.
Oh, this button doesn't work on the Hangover.
Yeah, it's a measure of energy.
Yeah, I know it's a measure of energy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking energy, people. That apparently mosquitoes have. But also in 2023, the most distant, and we did have this in one of our High in the Sky episodes, the most distant fast radio burst, or FRB, ever detected was detected.
Hey.
FRB 2022-0610A.
Yeah, boy.
So that was cool, and what's that? I think it was from a quasar.
Is that from 2022 though?
Well, I mean, it's like they find things earlier, but then release the study. So the study was released in 2023 after their results were basically confirmed, and
Because that was the first
publish.
one on June 10th, 2022.
They could publish it. So, but as far as like it being okay,
Public
we
knowledge.
can publicize
Beyond
this.
the embargo.
It's confirmed. We can publicize it. It came out in 2023. On September 16th of 2023, Ingenuity, the only helicopter on fucking Mars
On any other planet.
and any other planet other than Earth, performed its 59th flight, which
Neat.
became the longest flight of its mission up to that point, hovering over one spot for
That's so
142.59 seconds.
Okay, so 2 minutes, 22 seconds.
2 minutes, a helicopter on Mars hovered.
For the 59th time.
But the longest ever we've had a
Yeah.
helicopter hover on another planet. That's pretty cool.
Man, these next two just make me sad.
Okay, yeah, these
We
are...
we can rephrase it, make it a little happier.
Okay, so these
There's
ones
no way
are
you
these
can
ones
do
are
that.
not good, but NASA confirms the hottest summer on record. Yeah,
Best
2023
hot girl
was
summer
hot.
ever.
It was the hottest. It was hot.
It's
No
so,
matter
so hot right
how
now.
you phrase it.
I know, it sucks. Yeah, 0.41 degrees Fahrenheit hotter between
That's half a degree.
July and August, I think, were
That's
the
half
months
a degree.
hottest on
Everything's
record.
everything's fine.
Everything's not great. because also Antarctic sea ice hit a record low of 1.99 million square kilometers, or 770,000 square miles, less than the average during the period between 1981 and 2010. So we're losing that sea ice, which is not good because our polar caps, everybody, the Earth's polar caps are kind of like our last save. It's kind of like our
Why don't we just drop a giant ice cube there? Call it a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll cool down the oceans.
And there was that article recently about that huge fucking iceberg breaking off.
Every few months we'll get one of those.
It was like the
largest iceberg in history is broken off. All of a sudden, it's the size of like Texas. Like fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, the good news, if there's any, to the iceberg things though breaking off, is that it doesn't contribute to sea level rise because it's already
floating in the water,
and so it's not. It's already done its contribution to sea level rise. But I mean. If we continue...
We need our polar ice caps.
Right, but if we continue down this line of just constantly pumping stuff into the air, we're just fucked. And, sure, I don't have to so much worry about it because in, 2 years I'll be dead, But, I'm old.
Okay, let's not say 2 years.
Dibs on his Xbox.
I'm sorry. Already claimed. In case I feel like playing in a different room.
The was a gift to you. But anyway, I mean, future generations are going to have to worry about this. And what is it, like some young kids in California sued the government or California, they sued somebody over the whole, climate change.
And California is actually a state that's trying.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're actually trying.
But part of the problem is that all right, so Al Gore.
All the governments of the world need to actually try.
Yeah, so in terms of government, Al Gore has been screaming this since the 80s. Yeah. Could have been from the 70s, but definitely from the 80s.
We've known about global warming for a very fucking long time.
But
we started it in the.
But
that was the first written thing about it was the 1800s.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But because this country is stupid, that people saw Al Gore as a Democrat. We won't even get into the fact that he's from Tennessee and he's basically a blue dog Democrat. That type of thing is just boring you. But anyway.
No, I got the yawns from the alcohol.
We had to have this whole argument for decades about is climate change real or not?
At least we took out the aerosols with the ozone.
That's nice.
Yeah, and
that's bad.
And that's
look, we're an
ADD,
ADHD civilization. We want things to happen
MTV generation
immediately. If they don't happen immediately, then it's not happening.
Right.
And global and climate change, if
it's constantly happening, it's not happening.
But the effects of climate change, the effects we're seeing now are due to industrialization. Basically, we're seeing the effects of the beginning of industrialization now. So imagine in 20 years, in 50 years, in 100 years, the effects that we're gonna see is all
Right. So Phoenix, you will not be able to live in Phoenix, Arizona.
Sorry, Brandon.
The average summer temperatures are going to be in excess of 120.
Oh, that's normal.
Put on some sunscreen.
But it's not normal.
Like it'll be in excess of 120 in Alaska.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, not in Alaska. But
eventually, though, at this rate.
Well, at this rate, the rate we're going.
Eventually.
But yeah, so in Phoenix, you're going to have temperatures of 125, 128. So this whole summer that we just had, people were freaking out about how Phoenix was over 110 degrees for like 30, 45 days straight.
And this is probably one of the coldest summers we're going to experience the rest of our life.
Exactly. So
Texas needs to get on top of their fucking energy situation.
So let's think about
Another
this.
thing.
Phoenix, Arizona is going to have to deal with temperatures 120 to 130. Let's just be nice and say 120.
Yeah.
This is average temperature. Because of climate change, the western U.S.
Less
is not
snow.
getting as much rain or
More
snow.
drought then.
More drought. No, not
I
as
don't
much
have
rain.
any snow on the mountains right now.
Right.
Do you not have any snow on the mountains right now?
Okay, all right. Anyway, I'm making a point. Well, this is the point, actually, that there's not going to be any rain, there's not going to be any snow, there's a drought in the western U.S., which means the Colorado River is not going to have as much water in it, which means that
provides
Phoenix,
water for
Las Vegas, all these cities are not going, Yuma, Arizona, are not going to have
no one lives in
water.
Yuma.
They're not going to have water, and they're going to disappear.
We're gonna close up that OK Corral.
Brandon doesn't have
More
any snow on the
310
mountains in
Yuma.
Salt Lake City, which
That's
Salt Lake City gets most of its water from the snowpack, which is what you have in Arizona as well. The Great Salt Lake will disappear within 10
it's
years.
crap anyway, but
Yeah.
The Great Salt Lake is going to disappear within 10 years, and the Great Salt Lake has a lot of heavy metals
It's
that
not going
are
to be great.
sitting in the dust
yeah.
at
So
the
you
bottom.
get to breathe in those heavy metals when that Salt Lake disappears.
Yeah,
Enjoy
so-
that. I guess. Well, you know what? Utah can just pray on it, because
You need to do something.
Yeah, but if we hadn't spent decades fighting over whether or not it's real or not, because conservatives want to use
just
gas.
welcome to humanity. This is just a
Right,
we've been shit throughout all of our existence.
But it's such a stupid argument because conservatives are making the argument because a liberal was the first to actually say something about it. And so they're like, no, it's not real. This is the shit that gets us in trouble all the time. And where it is because somebody of a different political persuasion says something.
No. I think what the real root of the problem is the money that come from the lobbyists, from the corporations that are like the gas corporations and the ones that are making money off of the things that are causing global warming, because they don't give a shit, because they just want to get their 10th yacht.
But for all you conservatives out there that probably aren't listening to this, but you guys that are like all about the Bible and
Bible?
think it's true, Bible, God said that you are in charge of the earth and you are the steward of the earth. You need to ask you need to ask yourself, is what we're doing what God would want us to do for the earth? If we're supposed to take care of the earth and everything in it.
Well, God's in charge of the weather, so clearly it's fine.
God made
God
the earth
checkmate
for us,
atheist.
so it'll be fine.
God doesn't give a shit. Because
There is no God. All right. Well, so on that note, NASA astronaut Frank Rubio inadvertently made history in 2023. And he made history by becoming the first American to spend a full consecutive year in space aboard the ISS. And that's because there was an issue and he couldn't come home when planned. And so he had to stay on board the ISS and then come back with the Russians. So he spent a full year in space. Would you enjoy, I'm asking both of you, a full year on the ISS? Could you handle it? Would you enjoy it? Would you like it? Would you want to do it?
Not a whole year.
Huh?
Not a whole year.
Not a whole year. What's your time frame? What's your lasting time frame on the ISS?
Well, it's like a big coffin.
So your claustrophobia is gonna
The claustrophobia
is your claustrophobia greater than being in space?
Well, for me it would be. So I would go explore all the different.
You can
links of it.
fly.
Yeah.
In quotes, you can.
It's
like
not flying, it's falling.
I mean,
With style.
yeah, but you're like, I mean, how fun would it be to just be like, whoo! You could like Superman fly around the ISS.
In a
gorilla
very
suit.
tight, confined. I mean, I would say, within a week, I'd be like, get me off this fucking thing.
What if you could do a spacewalk? Would you do a spacewalk?
Ooh.
Could you do a spacewalk?
I would do a
I would do a
spacewalk, because A, I would not feel like I'm falling.
Give me one of
I
the
mean, you
jetpacks.
would, but you wouldn't. But also, I am not in a confined space. I would spend my entire time in the cupola, and if somebody were to come in and take a picture, I'm like, fuck off. This is my space.
How
I've claimed it.
I feel like if I did a spacewalk, that I would just want to be like, poof, and like just jump off and just be like,
Yeah.
I would just be like, I'm.
Or have somebody put you in the middle of a room with no momentum, so you can't do anything.
You're just stuck there.
Yeah.
They just let go of you.
Yeah, you like
and
to swivel on your back.
Not able to move at all.
Nothing you do. Yeah.
I mean, I could do it for a bit, but my brain would start thinking about how closed in.
Yeah,
because at first it would be, I can go here in the station, or I can go there in the station. But after a while, it'd be like, I've done the here and the there in the station, and now it just feels smaller.
I think I might be over it as soon as I got my period. And then I'd be like, this is just a nightmare to deal with.
Well, clearly you have astronauts that do deal with it.
Yeah, but they haven't been up there for a year.
What was
But they've
the story?
been up there for more than a month.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's a pain in the fucking ass to deal with.
When I think it was when Sally
pain
Ride
in
first
the
went to space,
uterus?
They asked her how many tampons do you need? More or less than 300?
Yeah, I mean it depends on.
And it was like a week.
It depends on the flow. It can be it can alter month to month.
And it's not like you can just call up Amazon and say,
and order more. Yeah, no. Otherwise, you know what? There's just gonna be some blood droplets flying around.
which isn't good
Space
for
station.
like the
electronics,
computers and stuff.
Yeah.
Just get. I'm sure. Do they have like a little vacuum up there? They just suck in some droplets of whatever that's flying
Probably.
around.
Oh, that'd
Just
be fun.
Get a little blood vacuum. Just.
Wow.
Anyway.
This is true hangover territory.
I think it'd be fun. Anyway, on a final 2023 year in review, the most ancient supermassive black hole ever detected, CEERS 1019, 13.3 billion years ago.
How many dinosaur units?
Many. It is
It
is 9 million solar masses. 9 million times the mass of our sun. And so it must have began as a large seed. So it didn't form from necessarily a star going boom, because that wouldn't be big enough. So somehow it was a large seed of things. I should have wrote more notes, but big black hole, and I believe that. Oh no, CEERS is what the
200 dinosaur units. Just so you know.
Okay. And fun fact about CEERS, they're still open in Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah.
CEERS.
That's CEERS. That's weird.
Pablo, what's his name? Was like the one of the richest men. In fact,
Escobar?
The owner of CEERS department stores.
Sears.
Also, it's like some Mexican guy, and he also owned CwC. And I worked for CwC, and then decided to close all their stores. So there's the connection there. Is CwC was owned by the Sears guy, the guy who owns Sears. Very wealthy man. But yeah. So I'm excited for what 2024 will bring, especially with James Webb Space Telescope and just the yes, the science that's going to come with it, because there's going to be some amazing science, because that's its purpose up there, but also the images. Space is gorgeous when we can see it properly, or how we choose to see it. It's gorgeous, because with our normal naked eyes, check out the main episode for that reference. With our naked eyes, we don't see shit, really. We can't see a whole lot. We can't see. We see we see not nearly any. We don't see anything that's out there really. We see a fraction of the universe with just our eyes. But with technology, holy shit, the universe brightens and livens up and is absolutely amazing. My sister just got home. I'm assuming Poe isn't. Oh no, that was my dad. My dad's assuming Poe is going to be happy.
All right. Anyway, Juno, speaking of pretty pictures, is supposed to fly past Io in the next real soon.
That's going to be pretty.
Yeah. And so, I mean, Juno has taken just an amazing pictures of Jupiter and all that.
Art. It's art.
It really is art. It really, in fact, NASA has a thing where you can make art out of it. But anyway, so it'll be really cool to see pictures.
Oh my God, Io from Juno, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's one thing to look
That's
forward to.
one thing to look forward to.
Yeah.
Do we know of anything else to look forward to?
The demise of civilization.
That's in.
That's in the latter half of the year.
That's after November.
Yeah.
In the U.S. at least.
No matter how it goes, there's going to be something that happens in November. If Trump wins, it's the end of civilization. If Trump loses, there's just going to be an explosion that is the end of civilization.
But only in America.
Yeah, but
Other
is there
countries
any
are
other
operating.
Civilization though? Really?
Yeah, but we have a way of
ones with
exporting-
universal health care and maternity leave.
We have a great way of exporting our end of civilizations. You know, mass shootings everywhere and all this kind of stuff. And so, you know, that's what we do is we export our quote-unquote freedoms.
It reminds me of that Simpsons shot when it's Uncle Sam taking a bite out of the world and saying, "Try and stop us."
Apropos. Is there like at what point do we then turn to an Axis power?
I was gonna say we're there, but I mean, we're working on it.
Don't let your dreams become dreams.
Some states are really working on it more than others.
Oh my God.
So,
Anyway, well, so lots of things to look forward to in 2024. Primarily, James Webb Space Telescope is what we're looking forward to.
there's so much
but
stuff.
There's the whole automated, accurate landing of the Slim lander for the Japanese.
There's Boeing hopefully launching their cruise spacecraft. That'd be great. They get that going.
Boeing's got a crewed spacecraft?
Yep, Starliner.
Oh, Starliner was Boeing?
Yep.
Okay,
There we go.
all right, look at you.
So a lot going on. It's not just James Webb. Hubble's still kicking.
Hubble's still kicking.
You have like various other optical telescopes that don't see in just a visible wavelength.
Because
So
visible
gamma rays, X-rays.
wavelength is nothing.
Oh, it's really not.
It's not.
Compared to, yeah. So there's a lot to look forward to in 2024.
Yeah. I kind of want to. So you know how you can do the thing where you start Star Wars at this exact time before midnight and Death Star explodes. I want to do that with Jurassic Park, but it's just Samuel L. Jackson saying, "Hold on to your butts."
Right at New Year's.
Yeah.
That would be pretty good. I'm sure you can figure out what time you need to start at to get to that line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is one of my favorite lines to use in really any situation, actually.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm. It is a classic. All right, well, on that note, hold on to your butts because 2024 is coming in, and at this point, if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it on the podcast and not seeing it live, then it's already happened. So I hope you held on to your butts as the new year passed. We will see you again in 2024. We will be back. We have an episode on the...
In 2 weeks. It's in 2 weeks.
14th? 13th, 14th, something like that.
Where we're going to talk about...
the Herschel
Fucking Herschel
I
party.
couldn't think of another topic.
Brandon
really quick.
finally gets his.
Is it the 13th?
It's the 14th.
14th. Yeah, so Brandon finally gets it. He gets
It's gonna happen.
Yes, and then we'll be back on the 28th again for High in the Sky for February 2024.
I forgot something.
Oh, you forgot?
I forgot something. I forgot something big.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Well,
Brandon forgot. Oh, look at the back of his sweater. It's got the whole. It's got the door. A metal.
Hey!
Oh, Smigs! You know.
Well, and now we can't see it.
No, we can
because
still
it's
see it.
behind
We can
Brandon.
still, yeah. Smeegs. You know, I was just thinking about this like last night or something when I was thinking about the episode. And I was like, wait, has Smeegs been in it? We've missed Smeegs.
Well, no, Smeagol's usually in it because you'll call it out like before we begin. Like, where's Smeags?
Smeegs.
But I just completely forgot this time. I'm so sorry.
I forgot about Smeegs. Well, Smeegs made it.
We,
Happy New Year, Smeegs.
we need to get the cutouts for the entire fellowship and just have it behind us in one episode.
Did we decide what Spiegel's drink would be? / Gollum?
Oh,
They'd
yeah. So
have
we
two different drinks,
we asked the
maybe.
question on Christmas. I think it was Christmas.
Yeah.
What drinks would the Fellowship have? Like, what would their go-to drinks be?
Yeah, but did we included Gollum in this?
We did not include Gollum and Smeagol in this / Smeagol, and I don't know what their drinks would be. Let's see.
Oh, it was. It's got to be something just
I don't know.
terrible.
I don't know. Smeagol might be more of a daiquiri kind of.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
kind of guy.
difference. There would definitely be a difference.
There would
So
definitely be a
Smeagol's
difference.
gonna be-
Smeagol might be like a daiquiri.
And then Gollum is going to be in some sort of orc drought.
Like a mudslide.
A mudslide. A white Russian. Maybe. Something.
I tell you
Dark.
what, everybody out there, let us know what you think.
What would Smeagol / Gollum's drinks be?
Yes, exactly. Put it in the comments.
But on that note, follow us on all the things
All the
at
things,
Drinking
right,
Cosmos on Twitter, Cosmos the Cosmos everywhere else. You can find the Hangovers only on YouTube, only on YouTube actually, either pre-recorded or watch us live on our live episodes. You can also check out The Shot on YouTube and where you get your podcast, little shot-sized bits of astronomy coming at you if you like things short and sweet. Otherwise, check us out, follow us, and we will see you
In 2 weeks.
when we see
In
you.
2 weeks.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye!
Happy New Year!
Stay safe.
Happy New Year to a good 2024 where we don't all die.
Cheers. Live long and prosper.
And we are out.